What is up, guys? My name is Coriola, and welcome to episode 46 of my Out of the Park Baseball 17 franchise with the Kansas City Royals, and we are here at the 2028 offseason. Last episode, we just missed out on the playoffs, finished 82-80, and it was a very promising season from our pitching staff. I hope the success continues into next season for them. So, right now, we've got salary arbitration. But first, we have to check the vesting options and stuff. Gunter meets his vesting option. Molina fails his. He's happy with the season goals-ish. And we get a bit extra money this year. So, the only option we actually have to decide on is Bryce Terang. And because he can't play third base, though, that's a problem. You need someone who can play third base, which Rosario can. But Terang is fast, but Terang is a lefty. But he can play center field. Right now, he wants 3.6 in an extension. His option is worth 3.4. I'm going to decline this right now, but we will think about bringing him back. Right now, there's only two free agents I'm actually going to deal with. One is Salvador Perez, because we don't have another backup catcher, and since he refuses to retire, we will bring him back for 1 year. He had a pretty solid year last year, 256 average from a backup catcher. And Colby Allard, we're giving him a 3-year deal with a team option. I believe he will accept that number value right there. Yep, 3.6 for him. He's been a very solid left-handed reliever for us, and so he gets to come back even with a high BABIP and a lower strikeout rate than last year. Okay, never mind. It's cool. Ignore my silence for now. No minor league free agents we really want to bring back. A lot of guys didn't pan out the way we expected them to. Arbitration, we are going to non-tender some guys. First off, Travis Bigelow. Next up, not McKenzie, he's good. The decision is on Steve Truckee, and I don't think I want to pay him $4.2 million. So we will withdraw arbitration offer from him. Keep it on everyone else in the pitching staff. And last but not least, Jimin Yoshimura, we are going to save $4.8 million on him. The rest of these three guys will be coming back. So I don't know why he's in AAA. Why are you in AAA? Why is he in AAA? All right, let's deal with arbitration. Chris Deerdorf, 10.6 is a lot of money for him. And I'm very much counting on him having a similar season to the season he had last year. Paul Garrett, we will be bringing back at $3 million. Nick Jensen, just first year hitting arbitration. He will make $1.4 million this year. Next up, we got McKenzie, who's a Super 2 player. Oops, wrong button. He's only making $800K. It's fine. We're okay that he hit arbitration this year. My nose is a bit stuffed, so apologies if some of my words are a bit slurred. Bob Vollmer really never proved he's a good major league reliever, but he's got good ratings and he's cheap, so we will bring him back for his final year of team control. Carlos Reyna was a solid starting catcher last year, 3.7 WAR. We'll definitely bring him back, and with the emergence of Alejandro Lopez, we don't really need to get him a long-term deal. Tony Alcala, he's been a good starting infielder for us, 4.2. Speaking of starting infielders, this is the last year. Corey Seager has 2 years left on his contract. The last one is a team option, so we will definitely be buying that out. Kent Early, we'll keep him, but he's made no reason for me to think that he is worth a big extension. Jaron Shelby, he's a pretty good backup outfielder. We will give him $850K. All right, there we go. And last is Brian Cohen, who for some reason is in AAA, but he will definitely be likely our starting center fielder next year, as Raul Castro will probably spend the majority of the season in AAA. And that's it for now. Currently, I think that said we had 65 million to 64, to hand out for now. We are not bringing back Will Crow. He does not have a very good track record. Got a bit lucky last year and actually had a better WAR with a 5.08 ERA than this year with a 3.77. Same with Molina. I'm really not comfortable paying him how much he wants, even though he did have a good season. But there are some nice things on the free agent market. And Rosario and Terang, we will keep an eye on both of them, but for now, we are going to let them walk. Let's check our front office, because I forgot to do that last year. Our personnel, we are good. And let's start simulating. Have to activate Truckee. That's fine. He's activated. He'll be gone pretty soon. As we continue, no one accepted the offer yet. There's a big bunch of people, including Colby Allard and Salvador Perez, people who actually had a decision whether they would stay. So now left, no one who I've offered a contract to still has not accepted yet. So that is good. And we can continue up to the awards. Gold Glove is the first one up. Our defense was not very good this year. I doubt we're going to get one. Oh, we get two, actually. Carlos Reyna and Billy Napier. Reyna, doesn't surprise me. Napier is a bit surprising, considering he's not going to be on the team next year. I think I want to have Galvin. I've looked at the free agent class. I want Galvin at first base at the beginning of next season with a new DH. Definitely right-handed. Silver Sluggers, we're not going to have any. We were not very powerful this season considering Seager's, how he's gone downhill. Rookie of the Year goes to Texas and Milwaukee, two teams we hate. Manager goes to Chicago and Cincinnati. I can respect Cincinnati, you know. Cy Young goes to Jeremy Brooks of L.A. He is 25 years old, has a nice big extension, but does have an opt-out clause for some reason. And Tim Cooney, are you 37 years old, getting paid $19 million, wins a Cy Young. He's been pretty good his career. I actually didn't realize how consistently good he's been in his career. So good for him. And last but not least, most valuable player goes to Daniel Vinagre and to Central Foes and Craig Williams of Cincinnati. He's a young catcher who can smash the fuck out of a ball. He's a beast. Jesus Christ. Does he have an extension? Yeah, he does. All right. Let's, no one is demanding enough to warrant a qualifying offer, so that's it for the re-signing phase. God, my nose is stuffy. Dave Christensen had 288 strikeouts. I just saw that on the side. All right, free agency filings. Bigelow, Truckee, and Yoshimura are no longer Kansas City Royals. And we move on. International free agents. Now, here's where we could get a good player. Here's a very good pitcher who does want $16 million. He is 26, though. Ooh. Tempted. I will keep an eye on him. First base, no. Second base, no. Second base, no. Shortstop, at least one of these. Okay, all the infielders bad. A good right fielder, though, who does want a nice amount of money. $24 million for 10 years away. At age 30, we're going to shy away from that for now. But there are definitely guys we are interested on the market. And I've got my handy-dandy notebook with me, which is almost out of paper. I've only got one more page after this. Excuse me. And then we'll be on to a new notebook. So, first position, I want to upgrade a starter. And there's some good starting pitchers on the market. Kumar Rocker is a beast. Noah Syndergaard is a beast. We've got this Japanese guy who looks pretty solid, and I'm definitely considering him. But, I skipped the number one guy, and that's because he is a 4-star overall who doesn't have qualification, and he only wants $13 million. And he will accept this with 2 team options tagged onto the end. So we're just paying him for 3 years. It's a $39 million contract for someone who's 27 years old, solid reputation, and a great repertoire. And he's a nice lefty. So we get a second lefty to pair with Deerdorf. So that is our first guy. Next up, we've got on the infield. There's definitely a guy I would like, Frank Kobos, but he is going to cost money and a draft pick, and he's fragile. But the second guy, for some reason, I'm not exactly sure why he's a free agent, with only 104 days of service time in Colorado. But he looks like a very, very good hitter, right-handed bat, good speed, good defense, and he only wants a tiny-ass bit of money. If I just do 3 years, 3.2 straight up, he will accept that for now, so that will be our initial offer to him. Now, we've got infield to deal with, and I've got a couple names on here that I'm interested in. The first one is Cash Case, who's really just a second baseman, but we could put Seager at short and Alcala at third, I guess. Or maybe it would be better Alcala at second, Case at short, and Seager at third, but that would be a pretty rough infield lineup. Billy Napier, I'm going to try to find a trade for him. There's not really an attractive one out there right now. At least I don't think. Maybe. Let's see right now. No. Not doing any of those offers. We move on. Okay. Back to infield. Case would be a good player. Problem is, do we... Excuse you, voice. Work. Problem is, would he have a spot on our infield? Stop your sniffling. This is also a decent right-handed bat I was considering. Although the first baseman I liked was Jordan Taylor, who I don't think's on here. A guy I actually kind of like is Trey Turner. In fact, I really like Trey Turner. There's definitely some other guys we could go for. Bogarts could theoretically start at shortstop. Bryce Terang, good old friend. Jomar Reyes, decent power bat, not really good at anything else. Did I already check Adamus? I did not. Not really intrigued by that. Got a good young third baseman who reminds me of that Cannon guy we got rid of. Connor Cannon, Chris Cannon, something like that. Yeah, nothing really appealing, although this guy is a lefty, so I'm not getting him. I think if we got Case, we would bring back Terang. Let's just take a look. He's a lefty. So many left-handed hitters, it's ridiculous. Kenny Hernandez is interesting, but he's a lefty. So in Case is only... Okay, I'm going to make an offer to Trey Turner. That's a guy I definitely want for 1 year, $3 million, sure. Thinking about Case, there's a guy in San Francisco who I was able to make a trade for earlier. I don't think I'd still be able to make that trade now. I like Bill Wakefield. I'm intrigued by Bill Wakefield. A lot, actually. Okay, I'm going to offer Bill Wakefield a contract. Just 1 year. And then probably, I guess, in that case, bring back Bryce Terang. Because then we've got... Wakefield and Turner would be backups. One of them could definitely start. We also need another outfielder because I don't want Jeremy Canterbury being in the majors to start next season. Even though he would be a good utility outfielder. You know what I was going to say. I apologize for that. I mean, just kind of... So we got 2 backup infielders and a DH. So, say we... Do you have options left? Oh, look, you do. All right, say I just wasted an option completely. But, shit. I don't care who gets claimed. So we've got 1, 2... Say we have 5 outfielders. So we've got currently 3 offensive positions left. So we just offered 3 up. I'm fine with Wakefield and Turner being my shortstop options. I'm not really too intrigued by Cash Case. And that extra money could go to a good young pitcher. He's got 4 solid pitches. He's got good movement, good potential. Let's see if his demand goes down some. There's definitely guys down the list I'm interested in. Skipped him. Adrian Moran, except he does want a lot of money. I do like his ratings. Quite a bit. And he's 29. I also like Tyler Myrick, who also wants $10 million. He'll be out until like the very beginning of next season. But he does have good ratings. Damn my nose. Screw my nose, man. All right, we're going to see if his demand drops some value. So right now we are offering those 4 guys contracts. I don't know why I'm simulating on an empty schedule, but deal with it. Wayne Green is impressed. We continue rapidly now. Bill Wakefield, as Mazeliak has a shitty guy from the Dominican, is happy with our offer. Sniff, sniff, sniff. And Bill Wakefield has signed with Kansas City. So that's one of the 4 down right there. St. Louis is offering us a trade. I'm probably going to reject it. I have decided to reject it. We also need a right fielder. I forgot about outfield. All right. So I did not just take a look at him, but his demand has gone down to $14 million, and he has gotten a 4-year offer from the Rangers. So what if we just made that 4 years? $15 million. And made both of these team options. What would that look like then? There you go. We're offering Yuji Takeda a decent contract. What about that right fielder? He has been signed already, it would appear. Carlos Rizzo would be interesting, except he's a lefty. The fact I'm looking for actual right fielders and not just people who... I'm going to keep my eye on Carlos Rizzo, because we do need the power. How many years does he want? All right. See, because then I'm thinking, okay, catcher is righty, first base is left, second base is righty, third base is left in Seager, shortstop is a righty or a switch hitter. Switch hitters count as righties because they're not lefties. Left field is righty, left field is a lefty, center field is a righty, right field is a lefty, DH is a righty. That's 5-4. That's something I'd be willing to work with. So that's my thinking behind the Carlos Rizzo offer. We do need the pop, especially since Seager has definitely been regressing, like, quite significantly. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets benched. So we are going on quite the spree this offseason. We are offering a lot of money to some pretty good players. But we have a lot of money to work with, and it's not really a dangerous deal. And we get a bunch of negotiation updates. We get another bullshit offer from Toronto. Wayne Green has signed. Takeda is happy. Rizzo's happy. Maldonado's happy. And Turner's happy. So let's add those two guys to the active roster. Hey, last day for Wakefield. Good timing. All right, until the winter meetings end. And right then and there we get Turner and Maldonado. But we do not get Yuji Takeda. So he's been offered a deal from Chicago. I will go up to $18 million. I will not go much higher than that. Apparently it's actually the Padres. So now he's happy with us again. Another BS deal. Yep, and they threw in a lefty. Even more fuck you. All right, so we get two infielders. And Rizzo and Takeda both say that the Los Angeles is... Alright, I'm going to go $22 million. That's just 3 years guaranteed. Toronto, screw yourselves. Carlos Rizzo, I'll go up to 13 for 3 years. It's funny how they do the same exact contract structure as you do. Like, oh, that's a good idea. We'll just give them more money. Again, something I think should change in the game. I will definitely make a video about this. Screw yourselves, Toronto. I'm not interested in Colin Bray. All right, in the 2 days left before the draft, we get no one. So I'm going to cut out, set my 40-man, and see you back. All right, back at the Rule 5 draft. Only two people I protected, and they were pretty big names, Denny Velasquez and Jose Guardado. So let's see if we're going to take anybody this year, or if anybody's going to get taken. No one so far through 17 picks. Pretty good catcher. If you can see, though, why I'm concerned with his ratings. I like Ryan Zarita, too. I do like, not worth it to me. We will skip the complete draft. I don't think we're going to take anyone. Actually, we're not going to take anyone, because if it would simulate, we didn't. Next up, Hall of Fame voting results, and the decision by Takeda and Rizzo. And if you're worried about money, don't be, because after next year, we will add like an additional $25 million or something for Corey Seager's expiring contract, or contract to be terminated. I was feeling so good last night, and I was like, fuck it, I'm tired, I'm not recording. So he waits for the night that he's not tired, and he's sick. Beltran, Cabrera, and Justin Verlander in the Hall. Paul Goldschmidt received 4.6. Matt Harvey, 0.8. He had a pretty good career. Not Hall of Fame worthy, though. All right, still two guys left, and potentially another left-handed reliever. Let's take a look at that quickly. There was a guy I liked who is still on the market, Jonathan Geddes. No compensation. He is 30 years old. There's also this other guy who's also 30, who I like maybe even more, and who's less expensive, who I will probably end up getting instead. Any lefties here? We've got none before Will Dumont. So pitching staff so far, we've got, say, Green is in the rotation. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Neither of these guys make it. So we could definitely add a 12th guy. And I like Angela. Two years with a team option. All right, cool. Spending a lot of money this offseason may be premature. In that case, we will have one hell of a dumpster fire next mid-season, and Yuji Takeda's coming in with $22 million. We're giving him a lot of money on the hopes that he will be very, 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 very good for us. And last guy we need to hear from is Carlos Rizzo and the closer we just offered money to. We still have 2 spots on the 40-man roster. Perfect. I just hit my trash can again. I hit it seemed like twice every episode. Angela is happy with our offer. We continue. Halfway through January. Did we just not give Carlos Rizzo a contract? Did we get Angela? Rizzo is still out. Look at how much money. I'm going to add all that up, like, as soon as we hear from Rizzo. So we get a good left-handed bullpen arm, which I'm really happy about, to complement Colby Allard, who did get a nice little extension for himself this season, as Carlos Rizzo has signed. All right, that is the last big signing. Let's see how much money we spent. Kumar Rocker's demand is all the way down to $12 million. It's probably more than that, actually. Like, he's getting he's offered $29 million. Same with Myrick, although I wonder, yeah, he's getting offered $17 million. Where's my bet? All right, let's see. Per year, for this year, we spent $68 million for next year, and we still have $20 million free. Total, if all the options end up getting exercised, we spent $260 million this offseason, which is more than our actual payroll. But I'm definitely happy with the guys we brought in. And considering some of the options, that could... See, that's 2 on Takeda, 2 on Green, 1 on Rizzo, 1 on Angela, none on Maldonado, and none on those guys. So this could go down to $167 million if none of the options get exercised. So somewhere between 167.4 and 260.4. So that's it for this portion. I will see you guys back at the end of spring training. All right, we are back At the end of spring training, let's quickly check the player development update, as Tyler Myrick finally goes to Detroit at the very end, over $19 million a year. Important emotions: Velasquez's overall goes down half a point. Anderson's goes up. Ryan Pick, our third round pick, goes down. Sad. Kleinholtz goes down, and I want to set him as a closer. I think he definitely looks more like a closer. Yeah, definitely. With those 3 pitches, better stuff in the bullpen. No other notable ones except Evan Nichols. That he was like 5 stars at the beginning of the offseason. Now down to 2.5. On our actual lineup, Kent Early's down to 2. Galvin's down to 1.5. But the way the computer set our lineup, I actually like. Let's do that. Like this pretty good. We got Galvin at first, Alcala at third. I was considering starting Seager at third, but then I realized let's put him on the bench. Rizzo in right field, Maldonado at DH, Early in left, Wakefield at short, Reyna at catcher, Turner at second, and Cohen in center field. I'm definitely really happy with this lineup. I really like that. Pitching staff, we've got Ventura, Takeda, Green, Deerdorf, Danforth, bullpen, Gunter closing, Jensen, Volmar 8 and 7 respectively, Angela and Allard higher leverage lefty specialists, and Garrett avoid high leverage, and McKenzie is actually just going to be long relief. So yeah, we've got preseason predictions once the season actually starts. Ryan Cohen had 4 stolen bases. Carlos Rizzo had a 924 OPS. So we've got, and Danforth had a .7 WAR. We finished 14-12 in the spring training period. Preseason predictions and top prospects. Season expectations. He wants an even record. I expect us to make the playoffs. System rankings. We are up to 12th. A big bump as Anderson cracks the top 100 and Alejandro Lopez. That's the big one. He definitely bumped us up, and Velasquez is up to 17th now. Apparently his rating's actually up to 2.5, so if he gets that eye and contact up a bit, we could definitely see some Denny Velasquez here in 2029. I'm currently looking for the guy we skipped in the draft, and I don't see him here. If anyone can find Reyes, I think it was, Cactus Man. Did I ever tell you guys his nickname? His nickname was Cactus. That's where that comes from. Anyway, if you see him, let me know. And now we've got preseason predictions. We are projected to win 78 games. No top hitters, no top pitchers. They've been wrong before. They will be wrong again. As with not ratings-wise evident, but definitely a revamped offense, a revamped pitching staff, or an improved pitching staff, not necessarily revamped, but we just added 2 major pieces. So I guess 3 major pieces. So I guess it could be revamped. But a better pitching staff, a better lineup. I expect us to eclipse the 82 wins we got last year, which were actually what was our run differential? We should have won 84 games according to that because of our ERA most likely. But yeah, 37 games back. Ouch. That is not the most the Royals have ever been back in the division. There was a 43 in there once. But anyway, good offseason, really productive, really happy, really excited for the future. Velasquez will start in AA. I think that's reasonable. If he continues that success, he'll go to AAA and then maybe to the majors. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all next time with the midseason. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.